Hey guys, Brian from Retread Paintball. We're on part 4 now of the Virtue Spire issue that we're trying to resolve. And if you caught the last video, we were actually upgrading the board here, or not upgrading, but replacing the board with the board that Virtue sent out to me. And if you remember from that video, this originally had a V7.0 board in it, and we are now with a V6.6 board in it. I mean, that's just, I'm not saying that necessarily means anything, but I just want to show the difference so we know that that's what we're looking at now. And that was the same that we had in this one that we know was working. That works, you know, just fine. So aired up the ego that we used in the first couple videos to test this. That was the most easy to reproduce. And let's throw some paint. This is just what is this? Bombs. This is pink shell, pink fill bombs, I think. So fill it up. Having that lid open really wide like that on these is kind of nice. You can fill it, you know, pretty full. And these are the spring fingers again, so like your paint just does not come out at all, which is great when you're diving and stuff. Anyway, let's turn this on. And wow, so for this setup and this hopper, before, when you would turn it on, a lot of times it would pulsate, but then keep pulsating, cycling, as if the tension on the Spire tower in here wasn't feeling enough resistance to actually stop it from continuing to feed paint. So almost like it didn't sense that there was any paint in there. And then it would kind of go on, go off. You can see in my other videos what it was doing. But anyway, so we're on, seeing paint, we're aired up. And this is just one of my Deadly Wind barrels with a larger, slightly overboard, because I just don't want to clean it. I don't want to break paint right now and have to worry about that. So anyway, here we go. So hopefully you can see. Pulsated once or twice, which is from as far as I've been able to tell from everybody is normal behavior. That's what it should be doing, and stopping. And now, you know, let's try. That's good. Good. So there, it pulsated, you know, 2 or 3 times when I stopped that string, but stopped. So already it seems like, I mean, we'll do this. We'll, you know, run a couple pods through here and see what happens. So this is what it was doing before. Okay, so it stopped. But that was the symptom. So shoot. So already we're back into this where, there we go. Stopped, but shoot. Darn it. So you can see, if you can see what's happening in here. If I just kind of touch the side of the tower with my finger, it stops. Now we're getting down here, but alright, it's still doing it. which may mean that it's not the board. Oh, and with all that, then I broke a ball. Shoot. So now you can see that should stop, even though there's no paint left. Alright, darn it. Not what I was hoping for, but let's try this, because the first thing they had me do was adjust the settings on here. So that's kind of tricky to do if you haven't done this before, to get it to go in to these different modes. So the first thing was change this yellow setting from default. Okay, so it's 2. So now it's 1. We can see if that's going to help. We could try. I hate breaking paint more than anything else. Ugh. Alright. Slightly smaller barrel, unfortunately. Oh, you know what? I got these in here too. Darn. I hate that. Hate it, hate it. Can't tell you how much. I'm sure all of you hate it as well. Breaking paint. And I'll tell you, Ego can be pretty soft on paint most of the time. So, but you know, is this the best? Excuse me, the best paint out there? No. You know, but for testing, I didn't want to use like my good tournament grade paint. So this is clean at least. Don't look down the barrel on a paint gun when it's aired up, ever. Okay. So, let me just cycle it. Alright. So, see. Shoot, did I change that setting by mistake? Nope, it's good. There we go. Okay, so yellow setting's back at 1, which was the first thing they had me do. Let's try some more paint in here. And this is also, what is this? This is also bombs, but with green shell. So same paint, different shell. All right. All right, cycled a few times, but it stopped. All right. So, well, it's doing it again. But, oh shoot. Wow. Ooh. Let's turn the eyes back on. Okay. Okay. So, you see that? Okay, so that's not good. So let's see about the other setting here. Oops. I have trouble doing this sometimes. Some other people have said this can be tricky for them too. You saw it last time, I just did it right on the first try. There is like a touch to it. There we go. So if you're trying to do that, you release the top button first, briefly. Just release it and then release the next one. That's what I just did. So anyway, the other one was check the red setting here. That looks, I think, what I was told for that one to be. Let's check this one just out of curiosity now, because this one works fine. Let's see what this one's set at. So again, that was it takes a minute sometimes to figure that out, but so let's see what the red setting on this one is. So that would look like 4 to me. Which was, I believe, the same as this one. Yep. And this one's set to yellow to be 2, which was the default. But this one works fine. Alright, I'm going to put this down for a minute and walk away from it because it's starting to get to me now. And we'll try it again, but that was, this is not what we had hoped would happen here. And just for giggles, let's, unless, you know, I got 2 bad boards, but I don't think so. Alright. So. Alright. Alright, so that took a minute to settle down, but not terrible. Anyway, and it stopped. So let's try this hopper now. The same, looks like the board has the same board, same settings. So far, so good. Okay, it's interesting because now this one is cycling quite a bit. Why is it doing this now? I played with this one last week and it was fine. And this one, from what I can tell, the yellow and the red menu settings are factory default. Now this one's... Okay, explain this to me now. What am I doing wrong? Okay, well this one, you know what? Let's try new batteries again with all the running that these things are doing. Yeah, let's try that. I think it's time again for new batteries. I'm going to try that and test again.